Viewers, secularism in India has been a contentious issue, with many arguing that it has been misused and abused to mean appeasement. The term secular wasn't even part of India's original constitution in preamble. It was only added in 1976 through the 42nd Amendment during Indira Gandhi's tenure. This addition, viewers, was meant to solidify India's commitment to secularism, but many argue that it has been interpreted to mean something entirely different. Instead of separating religion from the state, Indian secularism has come to mean the accommodation of various religious groups, often at the expense of the Hindu majority. Viewers, the concept of secularism in India has been watered down to mean pseudo-secularism, where politicians pander to specific religious groups for votes. Plain and simple. This has led to a situation where the state interferes in religious affairs, creating an uneven playing field. The Supreme Court's judgment in the SIR Bommai case established that India is a secular nation since its formation, with separation of state and religion. But viewers, the implementation of secularism has been duplicitous, with the state often succumbing to pressure from religious groups or vote bank groups. Viewers, critics argue that this brand of secularism has led to a lack of uniformity in personal laws, with different religions governed by separate codes. This has resulted in unequal treatment under the law, particularly for women. The issue of triple talaq, that allowed Muslim men to unilaterally divorce their wives without legal recourse, was a prime example. There are many others. To reclaim the true meaning of secularism in India, viewers, there needs to be a shift towards a more nuanced understanding of the concept, which would include separation of religion from the state, a clear distinction between religious and state matters, uniform civil code, equal laws for all citizens regardless of religion, end to state-sponsored appeasement, that is, no subsidies or special treatment for specific religious groups. So the question is, to those who are outraging over Tamil Nadu Governor RN Ravi's comments, was India under Nehru not secular?
A lot of frauds have been committed on the people of this country. And one fraud is they have tried to give a wrong interpretation of secularism. They will tell you we are secular. What does it mean? Secularism is an European concept. Secularism is not a Bharatiya concept. How can Bharat be away from Dharma? It can't be. Secularism is an European concept. Let it be there. Let them be happy. Bharat, there is no need. And so secularism was not brought in our constitution at the time when the constitution was made.
It is against the constitution and against the thinking of the idea of India by Mahatma Gandhi, Baba Sahib Ambedkar, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru and Sardar Patel. Mr. Ravi is speaking against the constitution. We all know that BJP and the RSS wants to change the constitution of India, which is based on Baba Sahib Ambedkar's thinking, and this we will never allow that to happen.
The term secularism came, as rightly told by Mr. Ravi, from America also, because the church was interfering in the administrative government issues. So that is why they said it is a secular government. But India, in nature itself, it is a secular country. There is no need for any term or any law or any constitution for India to be called as a secular country, because Indians are secular. Because in India, Hindus are majoritarians. So Hindus have that patience, Hindus definitely have that tolerance, and that tolerance is called secularism.
Let's open this up. Shehzad Poonawalla, national spokesperson of the BJP, stays on. Ratan Sharda, author, analyst. Mr. Sarvanan, spokesperson of the DMK, joins us. Varun Purohit, political analyst, also with us. Ramesh Abarwalji continues. Mr. Sarvanan, good to have you, sir. Good evening. I want to begin by asking you a simple question. Was India under Nehru secular or not?
See, the word secularism was much debated in the Constituent Assembly itself. they said so many of the proponents, the forefathers of the present day BJP and the RSS wanted the preamble to contain in the name of God. But good sense prevailed, and they said, let us not bring religion into the preamble. And they said there was no preamble, but due to the developments that was later made, Madam Indira Gandhi wanted that to be inalienable. And you have rightly pointed out, the Supreme Court has made it very clear that secularism is one of the basic structure of our constitution. So, if the governor says it or not, it is immaterial. One thing we want to talk about this governor. He is a little man who is occupying a high constitutional office. He has taken oath to protect and defend the constitution. Why is he not doing that? Why is he making these rants against the constitution? Is he fit to hold the post? Can he hold the post if he opposes or makes comments against the constitution? I think the courts should take suo motu cognizance of this rants.
Right.
This anti-constitutional rants of the governor, and ensure that he is chucked out of the office.
Okay, chucked
we have
out
made
of
a number
office.
of requests to the union government, but the
Mr.
BJP
Saravanan,
thrives on.
You haven't still answered my question. Was India under Nehru secular or not? But I want to ask you this.
Yes.
Now, you are saying that the governor is insulting the constitution. I have his quote in front of me. It's also playing out for the benefit of our viewers. Absolutely. Do you want to tell us which part of this comment do you disagree with? Or which part of what he said is wrong?
Wait, I'll tell you.
Let me read this out, sir. A lot of frauds have been committed to the people of this country, and one of them is they have tried to give a wrong interpretation of secularism. Anything wrong here? Then I will carry on.
Yeah. Go ahead, carry on.
What does secularism mean? Secularism is an European concept. It is not an Indian concept. In Europe, secularism came because there was a fight between church and the king. How can India be away from dharma? Secularism is a European concept, and let it be there only. In India, there is no need for secularism.
Yeah. Indian preamble has the word secularism.
Right.
And here this way, this gentleman comes and says, secularism is not required here.
Right.
So how is this constitutional? How is this not a rant against the constitution?
Right. You are absolutely right in calling this a rant against the constitution. But
is there
Mr.
any
Saravanan,
other way to interpret that?
If you call this a rant against the constitution, the question to you would be, when the preamble did not have the word secular under Prime Minister Nehru, because as you know it came in 1976, was India secular? Was Nehru secular or not?
See, that is a different question. This is
How is
pure
a different
semantics.
question, sir?
The question now before us is this: whether, because whether everybody knows the secular credentials of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. See, this is not about just who is secular, who is not secular. This is about and constitutional. No, I'll finish this. A constitutional. No, I'll answer this. Pranesh. See, there is a constitutional functionary who deliberately, we don't know whether he's gunning for the post of Mr. Ajit Doval or the Mr. Dankar. That is the reason why he's doing all these things. He has not made any sense, and his habit is to act against the constitution.
Sir, if he is wrong, I'll tell you, Mr. Saravanan, I'm giving you an option. If you are saying RN Ravi is wrong, then you will have to include Nehru in that list of people who did wrong. Are you ready to do that? Because there was no Pranesh, mention of the word secular.
What your channel.
Nehru was the prime minister.
Let me put this. Let me put it this way. Let me. Pranesh, that's what, let me put it this way. Maybe that is how your channel wants to interpret it, suit the propaganda of the BJP, or
Mr. Saravanan,
this is your construct.
I'm asking you a question. Why bring in the channel, sir? Why target the anchor? It's a straightforward question.
Because your channel is always on to this Hindu Muslim.
What is Hindu Muslim?
You are not bothered about the common man's problem. Today, let me finish this.
Hindu Muslim
Pranesh, just a moment. Today, let me finish this, Pranesh. Let me finish this. Today, there was an important article. How two states ruled by the BJP, Maharashtra and the Rajasthan, have awarded contracts or modified the contract terms, auction terms, tender conditions to favor the Adani group. Have you done any show on that?
Of course, we've done many shows, sir. It came up even in the previous show. Now, every time the opposition brings up the Adani issue, the BJP tells them that, look, even you are doing business with Adani, so you will have to ask the Congress, the TMC. The Congress is still doing business with Mr. Adani. So, you know, Mr. Sarvanan, you know it's a fact. You can fact check me, but let's get in the others also. Shahzad Poonawala, answer the question. The governor is insulting the constitution.
I have been extremely patient, did not utter a single word, and I hope that the same courtesy will be extended by DMK spokesperson towards me. If Mr. N. Ravi has insulted the constitution, then the same allegation, I am afraid, has to be made against the entire Constituent Assembly, because they did not include the word secular into the constitution, but against Mr. Ambedkar, who did not include the word into the preamble. And finally, in 1976, when we were at the height of emergency, the first time the word secular appears in the preamble. So before this, India as a country was not secular, it was communal, because apparently by the word secular we became secular. No, sir. We have always been a Panth Nirpeksh country right from our inception, and therefore when the Jews landed on the coasts of India, they were never persecuted here. Christians were never persecuted here. Muslims were never persecuted here. Parsis were never persecuted here. In fact, Christian Europe can't claim that they never persecuted Jews. India can. Having said that, what is secularism? First, let's define that. India is secular not because of the word being included in the constitution, because Hindu majority is there and the Hindu is secular. Essentially, it is Panth Nirpeksh. He does not discriminate on the basis of Puja Paddhati. I'll give you an example of that. Please tell me any other country in our neighborhood which is not Hindu Bahul. Are they secular? Is Afghanistan secular? Is Pakistan secular? Is Iran secular? Is Libya secular? Are these countries secular? The fact of the matter is, what is Dharm Nirpeksh? Can we be Dharm Nirpeksh? No. Dharm means not religion, righteousness. Yato dharmastha jaya. This is the motto of the Supreme Court. It says that where dharma is there is victory. Is Supreme Court communal? The constitution, by the way, had the pictures of Prabhu Shri Ram, Prabhu Shri Krishna and the Sikh gurus. So is constitution communal? Mahatma Gandhi said, Hey Ram, and Mahatma Gandhi said, Ram Rajya. Was he communal? No, because this is dharma, righteousness. That is different from religion. What is your secularism? It is fraud, vote bank secularism. That means you say that persecution of religion is bad, but you say Sanatan Samapt is correct. Have you ever condemned Sanatan Samapt? Have you taken action against Udayanidhi Stalin? Is Sanatan Samapt is secular? UCC का आप लोग विरोध करते हैं, and what do you all stand for? A law that allows a 60-year-old to get married to a 12-year-old. That is secular. If Prime Minister calls Chief Justice of India for an iftar party in his house, that is secular. But if he goes for Ganesh Aarti, that is communal. That is your double standards of secularism. And finally, if there is unlimited powers for Waqf, state should not make even an amendment, but temple there should be controlled by the state. That is their version of secularism. And finally, this is a Western import. Even UK constitution, does it have word secularism? They don't have a constitution. But what is the irony? That in America, maximum presidents swear the oath of allegiance or office on Bible, not on constitution. And by the way, how many chief justices of America have been Muslim or Sikh or Hindu? I don't even remember even one. But in India, president has also been Muslim, president has also been Sikh, chief justice of India has also been Sikh, chief justice of India has also been Muslim. Therefore, we don't need word secular. We are Panth Nirpeksh from the very beginning. This is the concept which you confuse with your fraud Nehruvian secularism. And by the way, Nehru did the amendment in the Hindu reform laws. Why did he do in the Muslim laws?
Okay. Ratan Sharda, how do you see this debate, sir?
It's one thing to debate academically on secularism and its source and its origin. Others to keep on throwing stones at somebody who has given the message. So DMK is doing ad hominem, just trying to abuse the governor, not the idea. Now she should tell me, when EVR wanted Tamil Nadu to be separated from India as a separate land, was that not anti-constitution? When EVR and his gang, DK gang, used to put chappal malas on Bhagwan Ram, Lakshman and Sita, was there secularism? And not only that, when they talk about secularism, do they note that Constituent Assembly, the people like Kamlapati Tripathi, who are never Sanghi, if you listen to that debate why secularism word should not be there, you will say it's some Sanghi speaking. And any person, what does she say? She is much before RSS, BJP, Ambedkar, everybody. She says, without Hinduism, India will wither away. She believed that Hinduism was the foundation of India's identity. The India's literature, art, monuments are all imbued with Hinduism, etc., etc. Now, when Indira Gandhi introduced the word secularism, we know the source of secularism. You have talked about it, and others have talked about it. It came from the harassment that King faced, and he sought with the church is separated from the state. But in India, the state never had a religion. Any king of India supported every religion, and though he professed a religion, he did not punish others, except King Ashoka is supposed to be the great. But even their own Chola Rajas never discriminated on the basis of religion. Now, when Indira Gandhi introduced the word secularism, she went to L.M. Singhvi, Abhish Singhvi's father, very eminent jurist. He said, to translate secularism in Indian ethos, you have to use the word Sarva Pantha Samabhav, which means respecting every religion, every faith, every sect, not Dharma Nirpesh, because as we know, India is a spiritual country. For it, religion is the life breath. Free Swami Vivekananda as a positive emotion which respects every other religion, every other sect, which Shahzad had given in great detail. So this idea of attacking somebody who speaks the truth, and even socialism, for example, Ambedkar ji clearly said, I don't want to bind people to ideas which can change over time. So let Indians decide what they want. And we being Hindus by nature, we being respecting everybody, we are by nature secular. That was the understanding. That's why secular vote was not introduced in the constitution. But we remain secular despite having Article 25 to 30, in which Hindus are discriminated against and minorities favored. Hindus not rebelled against it. So to talk about Ravi as somebody is trying to create some ruckus, please read constitution, please read the world history, and then come in and start abusing people, okay? You are a lawyer, but you don't understand by law, if the day Hindus are becoming minority, there will be no
Let's get a
secularism.
response from Mr. Sarvanan. Mr. Sarvanan.
Yeah, see, we are talking about the concept. See, there are several articles. There are several experts who have opined why they have not had the word secular and socialism prior to the amendment, 42nd amendment. The only thing is, they felt that the constitution itself was secular, itself was socialistic. But Madam Indira Gandhi, due to the peculiar situations, political situations prevalent in the added the word secularism. So what's wrong in it? Why the governor has to come now and state? Is he the mouthpiece of the BJP and the RSS? Is he there to propagate the ideology of the RSS? What is his job? Has he done anything as per the constitution? That is the point here.
Okay,
the point
what is
here
his job?
Not what the
Shahzad
governor
Poonawalla, answer Mr. Sarvanan. He's asking you a direct question. What is the job of Mr. RN Ravi?
Look, first of all, is it constitutional for DMK leaders to say that these states, which are North Indian states, are the Pani Puri states, the Hindi-speaking people are like Shudras? So you don't preach me constitution. But having said that, let's engage you 1 minute, DMK spokesperson. If I say that falana Muslim ko maar do, you will say I'm a very communal person. Now please tell me, is Sanatan Samapt secular or Sanatan Samapt is communal? Sarvananji. Entire Sanatan should be Samapt.
I don't understand Hindi. I don't understand Hindi. What do you mean by Samapt?
No, 1 second.
I don't know.
I'll repeat it in English. If I take a stand that supposing some Muslims should be...
do that.
Yes, sir.
I know Hindi.
I know you are closer to non-Indic languages like English, which was the language of the oppressor. I understand that. Hindi is an Indic language, just like Tamil or Kannada, but I don't want to get into that.
For the benefit of Mr. Sarvanan
For the benefit of Mr. Sarvanan, please tell me, sir, if I say and threaten a Muslim or bunch of Muslims with some consequences, you will say I'm a communal man. Now, when somebody says Sanatan should be finished, eliminated, fully, all the believers, is it secular or communal? APD King.
Yeah, because your understanding of yes, I'm coming to that. Your understanding of Sanatana Dharma is different from our understanding of Samadhana Dharma. You are equating Sanatana Dharma with Hindu religion. For us, Hindu religion is different from Sanatana Dharma. If you're not able to understand this basic difference,
Mr. Sarvanan, Sanatan, I mean, whatever your understanding is, I'm sure it is not, Sanatan for you is not leprosy, HIV and AIDS. I'm sure that is not the definition.
See, See, for us, Sanatana Dharma represents caste hierarchy,
Okay.
caste oppression. We have been saying this for the last 100 years in the state of Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
That we will ensure that there is no caste hierarchy.
Okay.
There is no caste oppression.
We've
don't
run out
want
of
people
time,
to be
unfortunately,
divided on the basis-
gentlemen. I thank all of you for joining us on India Upfront. The debate continues.